Hi, everybody. Hey, America. This is Dr. MikeSevilla live for Tuesday, July 22, 2014. It is 9 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And yes, I am live on video right now. And yes, you should be very afraid, be very scared. But this is my next experiment in social media to try to do some of these Google Hangouts. And I should mute that because there's a delay. I should know that. See, I'm learning here. But what is this all about? So this is creating conversations on social media, family medicine, leadership, and life. And I plan to be doing some of these over the next few weeks. And writing co-pilot with me tonight is our good friend Dr. Gerry Tolbert. Gerry, how are you doing there this evening, my friend?
Doing great, Mike. How about yourself?
So my first question is, what's with the pirate look? Can you explain that to the audience? What's happening?
So apparently my Google Voice here, or my Google Glass here has decided to darken on one side. I still haven't figured out exactly why. So I have the shades actually. They're transitions lenses. So one side has decided to darken, the side that has the actual Google Glass on it here, and that's somewhat annoying. But I also have to reset it here because it's about 9,000 degrees right now, and I don't know why.
It is 9,000. Your glasses are 9,000 degrees.
They're really, really warm. That happens. It's an Explorer program. It's
wow, man. We should really have rehearsal one of these days. I'm not sure. Are we live? Are we on?
Random things kind of happen, you know. It's
you there. I don't know.
Is anybody actually watching this? Do we know? How do we tell?
I don't. Well, see, I do have this little thing here. Oh, I have 2 people watching now, and I'm one of them. So there's another person that is watching us. So whoever you are, hello. Thank you for.
Greetings.
Please don't turn us off, because if you do, the pirate will come after you.
Yarr!
So just to let you know what we're doing here tonight. So, Gerry and I are always excited about trying and failing at different type of communication styles and Google Hangouts, and we've been seeing, and I've been seeing a lot of my friends and colleagues kind of try some of this stuff out, and I think that us as family docs is time for us to kind of start into this, and I know our friends at the AFP has also been doing this, so we should start doing some of this communication stuff as well, and it's kind of cool trying to take communication to the next level. Even last night, I had a nice audio podcast with the student chair of the upcoming resident student meeting, Christina Zimmerman. And if you haven't checked that out, you can go to blogtalkradio.com/Dr. MikeSevilla, and you can go listen to it. You can go download it. And it was a really great conversation that we had there last night, Gerry. And I know that every year that I've had my podcast, and I know you've taken part in that too with your live reports. I always love talking about the resident student meeting. That's where you and I met. We have a lot of memories there, and it's always fun talking about that meeting as it comes up year after year after year.
Yeah, definitely. That is where I cut my teeth on the leadership part of being a part of the American Academy of Family Physicians. So yeah, I was really excited to listen to that podcast today on the way to work. So it really reminded me of a lot of the stuff that not only the stuff that we learned at the same time, because I was kind of coming through the student side as you were coming through the resident side, but just reminded me of a lot of the stuff that we've done, just like you said, the on-site reporting and the podcast. I'm trying to remember. It was Kevin. I think Kevin Bernstein was the other person reporting from on site, and we ended up running into each other. And then I had the shirt that I made that had all of the Dr. Anonymous and the Family Medicine Rocks stuff on the back. I think I still have that shirt somewhere. I made some iron-ons and made it easy for people to find me.
Cool. And I remember last year, I know our good friend Kim Yu, who may be watching us right now, and she did something incredible last year. She had her little cell phone, and she gathered people in a room somewhere. I think it was on the exhibit floor, starting off with AFP board members, and she just kind of passed the phone around. And I talked to a lot of people for that 2-hour period, and she just walked randomly through the exhibit hall and stopped people and said, "Oh, hey, it's Mike Sevilla," and they said, "No, I don't want to talk to him." And he said, "Please talk to him." So that was an incredible thing too to kind of go through. So it's another thing that social media is done. And so one of the things that we talked about last night, and I know you and I talk about that a lot, is just all the friends and colleagues and peers and friends for life that we've gotten to know through the years, just all connected just to this one little student resident meeting.
Definitely. So many. I mean, that's where I figured out. I kind of knew that I wanted to go to South Carolina, but that's kind of where I figured out where in South Carolina I was going to end up as far as residency. I met a ton of folks that have been my friends and continue to be my friends, both as a resident and as a practicing physician. People that are now in leadership positions for the NCCL or NCSC or whatever we're calling it now. People that have been in leadership positions as residents and students. So lots of good stuff. It's been a really good time.
Great, and now there's one person watching, and I know that's me. So there's nobody else watching. So this is awesome.
Nice.
We have successfully scared everybody away. So,
actually, I found a way to live update. That's cool. Okay. They may watch it later. We'll play with it.
Yeah, exactly.
When you were talking earlier about Night Attack, influences and different things that have brought us to this point, I was thinking about that. I was, a lot of these folks start out with nothing, so we'll work our way up. But it's fun to kind of play with new technology and kind of see where this stuff fits and what pieces and parts we can take and what pieces and parts don't work that well and all of the above.
Yeah. So we will. I do want to share kind of last weekend. Me and you had the big meetup at the humble abode down there in the undisclosed location, because it looks like you're a pirate in a bunker.
A pirate in a bunker. Well, you only think it's a bunker because I'm in the basement. Because there's a window right here, and so knowing that there's a window means that there's at least some outside behind here. Hopefully, I mean it may look out on the concrete wall. Who knows? But yeah. So I've tried very hard to make this look. I kind of framed it a little bit before we got online here, just to make sure it doesn't look too much like a basement.
Yes. Well, over your right shoulder over there, it looks like 24 or something. It looks like there's a bomb that's going to be counting down. So this is your last appearance on the show. So
that's right. I have to defuse that one-handed while we're talking here. So let's see. There it is. Oh gosh. I hope it doesn't go off when you drop it, because that just happened. This is my. Hey, here's a plug. They don't sponsor us, but they should. This is my ThinkGeek binary clock, and so it counts off the time in binary, and each column is a different binary digit. And it works very well when it is set up correctly. So I was trying to hide it so that somebody didn't call me out on putting the wrong time on there. So now I have to go through and put on the right time.
No, you don't need to put on the right time.
I've started it now, so the other problem,
you have to finish it. So I'll kind of start out talking about this story from last weekend. I've been down there to see Gerry. I think one other time. And
we met at the office.
Yes, and so this time we went down there. We were doing some super secret FMRevolution projects, which we're not allowed to tell you about right now. But I will tell you that it does involve some video editing, which we took at the meeting this year. And something that was really amazing to me, Gerry, is just I would just. Over the past few months, I've been doing some reading about, Final Cut Pro 10, and I know this is going to get a little bit geeky for people out there, but this is our show, so there you go. it was so kind of complicated to me, kind of going through all that, and then you're just kind of like click click click, and then 2 hours later, we have this really cool product that that was at some point in the future tease that we're going to be showing to people. But that was just a fascinating process, kind of going through all of that. I was just in a whirlwind trying to keep up with you and trying to figure out what you were doing during the editing process.
There's a lot to it, but I tell people all the time, it's one of those, just like everything else, if you know basically how to get yourself out of a jam, you can be a little bit more, you can experiment a little bit more and click on things that you wouldn't normally, as long as you know how to undo it. And that's one thing that it is very powerful at. It will let you undo just about anything that you have done, good, bad, or indifferent. So I guess that lack of fear or ignorance of the depth of my ignorance is what allows me to do that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, you're right. It was a very powerful program. It was very interesting to get in and dig around in there. It was, while it is quite expensive, it was also very, very powerful for what it was. So a lot of folks that I know that don't care too much for it, that have used previous versions, but kind of coming to it relatively new, I was pretty impressed. So maybe that's just because I'm easily impressed and don't know too much, but from an amateur video editing perspective, I was quite pleased.
Cool.
It's definitely a step up from iMovie, that's for sure.
I'm checking Twitter right now. Big shout out to our friend Sarah Nozel, who is watching us, or who retweeted that she is watching us.
Right, exactly.
So if you're on Twitter right now and watching us, thank you, and if you give us a retweet out there, we will give you a shout out, which I know what people want. People want to get the shout out. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it's a shout out to our peep. Because that's the singular peeps, right? Peep.
Well, I mean, I have 5 viewers right now, so
nice.
Yeah, on the so they're all here to see you, Jerry. So
it's the pirate, Arr!
And speaking of that, so you have an exclusive photo that you wanted to share with the audience. You want to set it up there before we.
Sure. So my wife, for our anniversary. We've been married for 10 years this week, and for our anniversary, she was looking for something neat to get me. And apparently, I didn't know this, but did you know this? Did you know this? Yeah, sorry. Did you see this? Did you see this? I can't do it. I can't do. No. I gotta work on the chin. Right, anyway, the 10th anniversary is apparently tin, T-I-N, tin, so the metal tin, or aluminum. And so, since she knows that I'm a big Star Wars fan, and she is too, she got me an aluminum Falcon. Let me see if I can put this in the screen share here. Hold on a second. That's a joke that we have. Anybody that's familiar with Star Wars parodies will recognize the aluminum Falcon reference. There we go. So that's the aluminum Falcon there. I had to put it all together all by myself. Probably about 75 pieces. Little bitty pieces. It's a lot bigger in that picture than it really is, but it was pretty neat little gadget. And I'm most nerdy things I enjoy, Legos being one of them. So as long as I'm not stepping on them, they're fun to play with. That's
some great lighting that you have on that picture there, Jerry. It's good.
Thank you. I actually turned off all the lights, used the flash on the camera and a little bit of backlight there. I really did frame that picture on purpose. So thank you.
So another thing that I'm going to blow your cover on that you showed me in the undisclosed location is you have this room in your home there that is kind of a I don't know how you would describe it.
Shrine is the word that most people use.
Shrine? How would you describe the shrine to the vast worldwide audience?
So. If you ask my wife, she calls it the Star Wars Shrine. It is all of my memorabilia, my books, my 24, 25. Well, no, it's been longer than that. 27 or 28 year history. My collection of Star Wars stuff. So everything from books to some action figures that I've had since I was a kid, a couple new ones that my sister-in-law, shout out, got for me when I was for my birthday this year, and so some neat stuff that is pretty original old stuff that's in really good shape. Some other stuff that I've just picked up along the way, but just mostly just things that I think are fun or interesting. There's not. I try to be not to be one of those guys that just keeps stuff on a shelf and doesn't play with it. So my daughter and I play with the lightsabers intermittently, and the action figures will be hers when she gets big enough to not eat them, that kind of thing. So.
And how long would you say it took you to accumulate all that? Is that kind of a life's work? Because you did share with me too that there's some older books there and some books that your mom read stories from as well.
Yeah. So not only is that Star Wars, there's also the library is in that room too. So all of my books, pretty much anything that I've collected over the years. So yeah, I mean it's stuff from before I was born up through. We just added a couple of things to it last week. So it's a continuing to grow and it's a kind of a segue here. I'm trying not to get away too far from the Star Wars room. Actually, I'm looking offside here. You can see I'm trying to get to trying to see if I had any good pictures, but I don't think I do. But I've been an avid reader my whole life, and I love books, and I love introducing people to new books, and I don't have any one specific genre that I hold out above any other. I like many different types of books and lots of different authors, but I was trying to kind of quantify what's up there, and it really doesn't. I mean, there's lots of fiction, there's lots of nonfiction. Like you mentioned, there's a whole set of children's books that are from the early 1950s, 1940s, that are some first prints that my mom had that she used to read to me out of. So things like Huck Finn and some of the like Shakespeare's Lamb Tales and the original Grimm's fairy tales, and just lots of neat stuff like that.
So another geeky topic is but people who may not have seen you before, or not seen you in a while, or not seen you since NCSC, NCCL, or I know people are asking me all the time about the Google Glass that you have on, and which makes you look like a pirate tonight. So when people say, "Hey, Jerry, what's up with the Google Glass?" and what do you tell them about it? And did you use it clinically at all, or anything like that?
So not typically. I mean, I'm using it somewhat clinically right now. I've got a few. Mainly, I use it for in a clinical setting. I use it for searches. A lot for if I need to take quick notes to myself for later, for things that I need to remember to do. If somebody's got an imaging, or a study that I need to make sure to look up, I can set up quick returns on that. It keeps me apprised of all of my appointments, which is nice. It's the some of the features that aren't medical that I use in a medical setting more than specifically medical things. We are working on some medical software. Some friends and I are looking at some possibilities for medical software that would work with phones or with tablets, but also would take advantage of the Google Glass forward-facing camera. And so, lots of different things there clinically that I'm trying to get into, but not being very successful at yet.
Right.
The other side of that, you said, what do people ask about it? Everybody asks about it, and I'm not shy, nor do I, have any. I don't want to mess up people's vision. I do have prescription lenses, but they're not very strong. So I let people try it on like crazy, and in fact, I think you've got not only some still photos, but also a lot of video of people trying this on at the last conference. And
that is why you're good there, Gerry Tolbert. It was a perfect setup there. I am going to try to play this for people here, because we can do that here on Google Hangouts, and this is from our last meeting here. And let me see if this is going to work.
You muted yourself. As an aside, my dad got like 7 photos that weekend and kept asking me, why do I keep getting pictures? Yeah.
This is the best part right here. So I'm not sure if people are actually seeing this video. So maybe not. Maybe it's just me and Jerry enjoying this. And if it is, I apologize about that right now.
Yeah, I don't know how this stuff works either. So, I am but a simple caveman, and your amazing inventions amaze and confuse me.
So, I want to apologize if nobody saw that whole video, because it is possible.
Let me try something here, Mike. Let me see if I can get something going here. Yeah.
I will stall here as you will continue.
You vamp for a minute. Let me get this going.
Okay. So what we're trying here is, as you can see, is that we're trying to play YouTube videos during this Google Hangout to share with all of you, and so we don't have to talk all the time. And we're trying. And if you're on, if you're watching us live right now, I believe if you sign in through Google, that there is a question and answer function that is at the bottom of this. YouTube video. So if you are watching live, thank you for watching live. If you want to try to participate with us and write a question on there, you can do that. Or even if you're on Twitter, we'll try to interact with you. That is the ultimate fun of something like this. Is not only to have us, be a couple of talking heads, but have people, try to interact with us in real time. And I'm not sure what Jerry's doing.
Can you see yourself there?
I can see it.
There you are.
I have no sound, but I could see it. So we are continually experimenting, trying to try different things here. So. Let's see here. So as he's trying to do that, let me see if there's anything else here on my notes here. So my intent here is to have some of these Google Hangouts. Leading up to the big AFP assembly meeting, October 21 through 25th in Washington, D.C. The hashtag is AFP 2014. And if people are brave, maybe we'll ask people to come on and comment about social media, comment about family medicine, comment about life, comment about whatever you like to comment about, to try to get the family medicine community, the FMRevolution community, using some of this cool technology. And I'm not sure what Jerry's doing. Jerry, what is going on there, Jerry?
Did you see Sarah's tweet? Sarah Nosel tweeted, "Nobody saw it, just you guys, but you looked very amused."
Okay, so hashtag fail. That's hashtag fail.
We'll have to figure that one out at some point. I kind of thought that was going to happen, but it's just kind of.
Yeah, you never know. So
because I think the last time we did that, that's what happened too. So.
Well, there you go. What are you going to do with that?
We'll figure it out someday.
Yeah.
You know what we need to do? We need to set up a third person that's a dummy, and then they.
Yo, it's me.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say, a third person that is also a dummy, like the two of us,
Right.
and then use that as our video feed. Maybe that would work.
We will continue to experiment with the technology.
Nice.
I really wanted to try to limit this to 30 or 40 minutes, just so people just don't get too completely bored.
Sure, that's a good idea.
The last topic I just want to throw out there is it is July, and on Twitter and Facebook I've been seeing all kinds of pictures and people talking about the new intern class, and it's always fun kind of reminiscing about those times. For me, it was frightening and it was also exciting, both at the same time. Getting at the next stage in your medical education development. We all have those stories about intern year. Sometimes July of intern year of making a huge fail and huge mistake, which I won't share now because I think the statute of limitations hasn't run out yet. But good memories there, Jerry, and it's always fun as you see this new stuff every year about thinking about those times.
Agreed. I mean, we've got I've gotten a few different things, especially here for the state. Kentucky's got several residency programs, and they're all welcoming in the interns. And I've warned all of my patients that might be going to different hospitals that not to get too sick because all the interns start July 1. But all joking aside, you're right. I mean, it does bring back memories. On the same vein, my sister-in-law is actually getting ready to start her 4th year of medical school, and so that it brings back memories there too of basically that last summer vacation before the rest of your life really starts. That was another thing that July kind of brought around, and then 10-year anniversary, which brings back that idea of starting medical school. So, because I started medical school the week after we got back from our honeymoon. So yeah, it's a time of reminiscing, like you said. Lots of interesting things. That made me think of something. Now I've forgotten what it was. Oh, with the new classes coming in, getting ready for the national conference. It'll be interesting to see how many of the interns actually get to go. That was the other thing about intern year that was always interesting, was who scrambled to get that block free so that they could actually go to national conference and be at the booth and represent the residency programs and stuff. And interns usually didn't win that scramble. So.
Yeah, that's true. That is true. So yeah, why don't we just start closing things up here, Jerry? I think this episode 0 or episode -1 or episode 1.
-1. I think we should go with -1, and then the next one will be 0 because that one is going to be way better.
Or this is beta 1 or alpha 1.
Alpha. We'll call this alpha.
For all the geek references.
Yeah. We'll call this alpha. Speaking of alphas, I'm actually, once we get finished here, I'm getting ready to go play a little bit of Hearthstone for anybody that's listening or watching or is watching later. If you're interested, I'm actually Dr. Tolbert on Hearthstone. It's kind of it's easy to spell and doesn't get you confused with other people. So.
Can you explain that to me? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a game. Anybody that's there's a company called Blizzard that makes a lot of different games. They made the original Warcraft, the World of Warcraft series, StarCraft. They've got a game called Hearthstone. I'm in a technical alpha for a game they've got called Heroes of the Storm, which is kind of takes all of their game franchises. Diablo, if you ever heard of that game. So.
Oh yes.
So and some of our that's right. Yeah, here's some of our podcasting idols, Scott Johnson and some of those guys. That's his Diablo show. I got a coaster. But yeah, so that's lots of Blizzard games that I like to play, and the newest expansion for Hearthstone just came out, so that's probably going to be consuming a fair amount of my time.
Cool. Anything you want to plug? You should probably show us the Snowball microphone before.
Oh yeah, so I just got a brand new A brand new snowball here. It's pretty handy. Hopefully sound quality is pretty good. You guys can tell me, those of you that are paying attention. But I feel like it works pretty well, and it's a pretty neat little gadget. I'm gonna have to get me one of those fancy setups like you have with all of the rubber bands and the isolation hardware, so that my mic doesn't. Can you hear that?
I can't. I got nothing. No.
Okay, good. Well, see, I don't need it then.
You don't need it. So you're Dr. Tolbert or Dr. Tolbert on Twitter.
Yeah, and actually, hold on a second. I think that might be my brother telling me how to share a video on Hangouts. Hold on.
Oh, see, this is live troubleshooting going out on the show tonight.
And Christopher did send it was a good message, but and I'm assuming he's listening or at least paying attention then. Actually, the problem with sharing video is not. I did the screen share thing, but I can't get audio, so that's my issue.
Right.
So I gotta work on how to get that. I can get video fine. It's just the audio that's the issue.
Mm-hmm.
But that was a good tip.
One of the things we're going to be working on as time goes on. So hopefully everybody enjoyed this show here tonight, and you indulged us for half an hour of your life that you'll never get back. But I want to thank the handful of people that joined us live, and just pay attention to my Twitter. You can see it right down there. DrMikeSevilla. That'll be the latest updates on stuff like this, and if you're my friend on Facebook, I also put stuff up there as well. So who knows what's going to go on with this thing? We might be asking people and our good friends in the FMRevolution community to maybe come on and join our Google Hangout to talk about whatever you want to talk about. But you can find me at DrMikeSevilla.com. And that'll get you all of my stuff there on Twitter and Facebook and the podcast. And if you have not checked out the podcast, I do want to plug that one more time with our good friend, the student chair, Christina Zimmerman. You can go to blogtalkradio.com/DrMikeSevilla. And thanks for all the positive feedback I've gotten from my pals out there about her appearance last night on the show. So that's all I have for you this evening. And, tell your friends. We are live on video.
Hide your wife.
On the internet. So, Jerry, you got anything else for us tonight?
No. As you can see on my little bar thing down lower third thing here, I'm at Dr. Tolbert on Twitter. Feel free to follow. I don't really tweet a ton of interesting stuff, but actually I shouldn't say I don't tweet a ton, but when I do, it's interesting. That's actually how I should put that. And same with Facebook. I am looking forward to multiple hangouts and spending time talking to the FM revolutionaries in a more formal way. And I think that I shouldn't say formal, a more structured way, but making it more informal like this, giving everybody a chance to kind of kick back and make their voice heard and tell their story, which we're both very fond of doing. I think that's going to be really cool. So this is exciting. I look forward to it. And again, to tease the thing that I'm not supposed to tease until we tease it, the video that we put together this weekend is quite fun, and I will be looking forward to seeing it once it goes live.
Nice. See, if people hung with us to the end of this show, then there's your little Easter egg right there. So
yeah, a little visual tip.
Exactly. You can replay it many times, and you'll figure it out soon. So that's all we got here this evening. Thanks for joining us. Please give us feedback, make fun of us, give us suggestions, tell us you want to be on the show. I don't have any kind of a scheduled day and time yet. A lot of it depends on my work schedule and matching up with Jerry and other people. But please give us feedback on this, because we want to hear from you, because we're here for you, because we're givers out there, and we love you, really.
Yeah. And I would like to close by saying, Yar!
Good night, everybody!